Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a item that I've been saying I was going to review since I started this channel. I really wanted to get some hours on the unit before I did a review on it. So today we're going to be talking about our new tractor, the Kioti CK2610. So we bought this unit last year, I think right around December, and we got it at a perfect timing. We got hit with a snowstorm that was worse than this area seen in like 25 years. So the timing was perfect because I think we would have been buried at our house otherwise. We got like almost 3 feet of snow at our house here. So when we bought this tractor, I bought it for my business. So I bought it with the set of forks because if you've done any research trying to find any kind of forklifts on the market nowadays, they're near impossible to find. So did a bunch of research and decided to try out Kioti. Little background, I've worked at tractor dealerships for years. I used to be a tractor mechanic. I used to put these things together, PDI them. Not Kioti in specific, I did a lot of New Holland and Kubota. So I'm quite familiar with these guys' competition, the Kubotas. But when it came down to it, the Kubota dealership here in town was not super friendly. Couldn't get a whole lot of information out of them. They kind of treated me like I wasn't good for the money or something, and went into the Kioti dealership and they were awesome. Treated like a human being. They gave me a great price, and then Kioti also had their 0% financing going on last year, so it was essentially free money at that point. So we jumped on it, got it. We've got 50 hours on it as of today, so I need to do my first service on it. I just went and got the oil filter, the hydraulic fluid filter, and we're going to be doing those as well. But I have already had one issue, and it's already been at the dealership once for a service. So let's talk about that. So this tractor has been great. We've used it for all sorts of different projects around the house, including moving snow, digging trenches, regrading our driveway because our driveway is a gravel driveway. We've used this quite a bit. I don't know why my camera's not focusing here. Hang on one sec. There we go. And then we got the 5-foot box blade from Kioti on the back. In my opinion, it's a little pricey. These pin system that they've designed here is awful. Like, how do you get your finger in there to get that out? It's stupid. I don't know why they did that, but only complaint with that. It's super heavy duty. Everything looks like 1/4 or 3-inch thick steel. I've beat the hell out of this thing so far. Have no complaints. My issue I've had was with the loader. So down here, your valves run all the way underneath here, and they run into that block right back there. And I had an O-ring go out, started leaking. I park it in the garage almost every night, and I started to notice a drip, 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 little puddle, bigger puddle, bigger puddle. So brought it to the dealership. It was no big deal. Oh wait, maybe this is a better spot. You can look back in there and kind of see it. Brought it to the dealership. They were able to diagnose it, had it in and out in a day, fixed. So dealership support seems to be awesome. I have no complaints there. This tractor at the time I think was $21,000. I'd have to look at the receipt. Before we did the box blade, and I bought a set of forks to go with it, which was like another $1,000. I think the box blade was like $1,500 or $1,800. So all said and done, you were mid-20s. So I got my handy dandy notebook out here today, so I got some specs on this guy for you. So we went with the hydrostatic transmission, which essentially just means you push forward to go forward, you push reverse to go reverse. Super simple. No shuttle shift, no clutches, none of that stuff. It's kind of voodoo to me. I'm not super familiar with hydrostatic, but it sounds like technology's come a long way these days. They do have a 9-gallon diesel tank on the back here. Seems to last a good amount of time. If you're burning this thing at, what is it? 20, whatever that 20 something RPM is there, you're gonna go through 3/4 of a tank, half a tank a day, easy. But we've only got 50 hours on this thing in 8 months now, so we're not using it a lot. We've found a lot of good uses for it, but not a whole lot yet. The loader lift is very important. I've gotten multiple different answers on this, anywhere from 1,600, where am I going here? 1,600 to 1,833 pounds. What I've noticed is the tip of your fork is a lot less than the base of your fork. So the farther out you get on your fork, the less you're gonna be able to lift. That 1,800 pounds is probably right down here at the corner. Right here. Out there, you're probably 500 pounds less. And you'll notice it right away. The other reason we went with the 2610, it is a 25 horsepower. That means you eliminate all emissions. No DPF, no DEF, no regen, none of that. Would I wish I could get a bigger one nowadays? I would have. The only regret I have with this so far is that we did not get the cab model at the time because it was only like 5 or 6 more grand. The new model that just came out, the 2620, I believe it is like $35,000 now for the cab model. So significant price increase. Let's see, they say that it's a max speed of 10.31 miles an hour. You're not going anywhere very fast. We went with the industrial tires. I like them. We did have them filled with beet juice. Cannot recommend enough. Get your tires filled. Even from back in the tractor days, they used to fill these things with like antifreeze and all sorts of terrible chemicals. Beet juice, natural, doesn't freeze, and it puts a lot of traction in that rear tire. These things are, let's see here if I can find it for you. They do have your front wheel drive, and you do have a rear differential locker. So if you see that right there, there's your locker. Ooh, autofocus, come on, focus. Anyways, that's your rear differential locker. And then all your control is pretty simple. You got low range, neutral, medium, neutral, high. You got your PTO engaging. Your PTOs, of course, with your 3-point hitch on the back. Ag tires. Here's your shuttle or your hydrostatic. So reverse, forward, brake, clutch, parking brake. Very simple. The dashes are pretty nice on these things. You got your RPM, tack, all the normal things. But we've put quite a bit of hours on it. The one thing that I would suggest you get is that guard that they offer at the dealership to bolt on here, which basically gives you like a hard edge. We will do that eventually because I'm starting to roll the corners of that over. Make sure you grease everything. Check all your bolts. We did have a couple bolts come loose on the loader. Just common maintenance. So the one question I get asked a lot, would you buy this again or would you buy a Kubota? Answer is, I have no idea. Way too new into this to know. I've only got 50 hours on it. We put it through a pretty harsh winter. It did okay. It was pretty rough running at idle at sub-freezing temperatures. We did put some anti-gelling stuff in the diesel, even though we had winter blend fuel in it. Seemed to help a little bit, but still smoked like crazy when he started it. And that oil leak, I wasn't expecting an oil leak with less than 50 hours. I think it only had like 38 hours on it before we blew that O-ring. Just normal use. We're not hammering the crap out of this thing. So, little surprised on that one. But everything else so far seems to be working great. We got no complaints anywhere else. Forks are awesome. I'll show those in a different video. Box blade works great. if you got a CK2610 or a Kioti, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you like it or if you think it's a complete piece of junk, because I'm still up in the air as to what I think about these, because I'm so used to working on New Hollands, Kubotas, John Deere's, Cats, all the different brands. So hopefully this holds up, because if not, it's going to be an expensive yard art out front. So with that, thanks for watching again. If you guys like these videos, please consider liking, subscribing, leave me comments. I love reading the comments. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Peace.